Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Prana Krishna to the Master, Sir, what is anahata sound? Master, it is spontaneous sound constantly going on by itself. It is the sound of Pranava, Om. It originates in the Supreme Brahman and is heard by yogis. People immersed in worldliness do not hear it. A yogi alone knows that this sound originates both from his navel and from the Supreme Brahman, resting on the ocean of milk. Footnote is there. According to Hindu mythology, after dissolution of the universe and before the next creation, the Supreme Lord rests on the ocean of great cause, also called the ocean of milk. So, what is anahata shabda, anahata sound? Ahata is where there is a striking, we saw in the last class, where there is striking and sound is heard by our physical ears. Is ahata shabda. It can be beating, it can be plucking like a string instrument, percussion instruments, and then blowing, like flute and all, blowing. 3 types of sounds are produced. All the 3 sounds can be heard, and they are produced by some kind of striking. So, here we see anahata. Ahata is heard, anahata is unheard. Now, unstruck, without striking, it is constantly going on. We don't listen. Even you can see a particular sound is heard, particular range of sound, particular decibels are heard by children. After growing a little, they don't hear this. Elephants hear subsonic sounds. They converse in the sound which is beyond our hearing system. We can't hear. So this is supersonic and subsonic or infrasonic. Infrasonic sounds we cannot hear. A particular decibels beyond the supersonic and infrasonic we can hear only that particular range. And within that, in childhood to particular age, they can hear a particular range which they cannot. Now in computers and mobile cell phones, it creates that sound. You can put it on and ask someone to hear. Children will say, I am hearing sound. The moment you stop, they say, oh, it is stopped. It is on. They can hear. Elders cannot hear. So like that, range of hearing is there, but this is neither infrasonic nor supersonic, non-hearing. It is not a vibration pertaining to the physical level of existence. It is beyond the mind. It is in the realm of spirit. When we say it is coming from Brahman, originating from Brahman, and continuing eternally, it is not belonging to the physical level. Universes appear and disappear. That sound continues. What is that sound? It is one universe or another universe is constantly there, appearing millions and millions of universes, countless universes are appearing and disappearing. It appears to go to the optimum level. It takes millions of years. Again it contracts, dissolves in the absolute. Again projects. Just like we withdraw, we go into sleep and again wake up. Like that universe. Now each universe is a manifestation of the absolute existence. It's like a huge ocean of timeless, spaceless existence of eternal peace, bliss, love, absolute. So it is bliss absolute, ocean of bliss, where there is neither time nor space, where there is no duality, one bliss and bliss alone. No duality. In that time and space bound universes appear and disappear. When they appear, the projection creates a vibration. It's called nada. And when it dissolves, again it goes back. Now, suppose the universe, when the universe is dissolving, after millions of years of its sustenance, it has gone to the optimum level, slowly it is withdrawing. Now, that period, the matter is getting converted into energy. At all times that sound is there, but when the universe is dissolving, all the sounds, it's just like energy. Energy has precipitated into matter, matter is becoming energy again. E is equal to mc square. Energy and matter are interconvertible. Whole things becomes energy. This withdrawal of matter into energy is called aparanada. The whole things become a bindu. Just like you are awake now, your consciousness is withdrawn when you sleep. World disappears, body disappears, you go to the core of your existence and become a small bindu, a point, and expand in the universal consciousness. Every day you are experiencing that. Without your knowledge, you are living the world, living the body, going to the core of your existence and expanding in the cosmic existence. Every day it's happening. Same way, this is microcosm, universe is macrocosm. Whole macrocosm withdraws and becomes a bindu. When I sleep, my consciousness alone is withdrawn. Body lies down. Body is as it is. Mind and senses are as they are. I am withdrawing from one by one layer. I am withdrawing because this body, mind, senses, everything belongs to universe, nature. I cannot withdraw them. I can withdraw my consciousness alone. Body will be lying down. I am not aware of it. I am entirely, totally disconnected from it. And I expand. Like that universe, whole universe is withdrawing. This withdrawal is called aparanada, from matter to energy and a point energy, bindu. And from that bindu, again it expands. Like a river is entering into ocean and expanding. Running the river comes, enters into ocean and expands. This expansion is called paranada, withdrawal from the universe. Whole matter is getting converted into energy. When I sleep, my body will be there. When universe withdraws, nothing will be there. Matter itself is dissolving and becoming energy. And it becomes a bindu and expands in the absolute existence, the Brahman. Now this is called paranada. Aparanada is shrinking and becoming in the absolute paranada. This is nada. Now this paranada slowly expands in the absolute existence and dissolves slowly. Energy, Chit Shakti and Chaitanya. Chit Shakti is merging in Chaitanya. Like all my powers, I can see, I can walk, I can talk, I can move, I can think, I can plan. All these energies I have, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, is withdrawn and dissolves in the absolute. Every day, all my powers, energies are withdrawn and becoming one with the absolute. Like that whole energy, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti at a universal, cosmic level is withdrawn and it expands in the absolute, and this energy matter is getting converted into Chit Shakti. Chit Shakti is merging in the absolute. So this aparanada, paranada. Again it becomes one. At the time of only Kala has ended, Mahakala is waiting for next creation. This Mahakala has no separate existence or individuality. It is one with the absolute existence as knowledge, jnana. So Jnana Shakti alone is alive, and this is called Sharada. The Jnana Shakti. Kriya Shakti dissolves. Ichha Shakti has to totally dissolves without individuality. Jnana Shakti retains because whole creation has to come again. It remains as pure knowledge, jnana, in the absolute existence, in the Chaitanya. So this jnana, now the whole thing, this paranada and aparanada, this is nada after creation is continuing. As if Chaitanya is pouring inside and flowing like magnet. Suppose there is a magnet, there are two poles, North Pole and South Pole. From North Pole, the magnetic lines of force emerge, and again in the South Pole, it is flowing constantly, magnetic lines of force. Like that, in us, the Chaitanya is flowing. This whole universe is flowing. The universe itself is maintained at all levels of existence by the Chaitanya, the consciousness flowing, the energy flowing. So this is called, this sound, it creates a sound like, which cannot be heard by our physical ears, which cannot be heard by our subtle ears of mind. It can be heard by spiritually awakened souls, by the spiritual ear. Just like we have physical ear to hear this sound, in dream I am hearing a sound or smelling a smell, a fragrance is there. I am experiencing in dream. In dream I have gone to a temple or somewhere, they are showing incense sticks full of fragrance, or I pluck a flower and see full of fragrance. I smell it, it is fragrance, and wake up, nowhere smell is there. How did I experience smell in the dream when the smell is not at all there, in and around me? How did I? mind has created. Mind is seeing, mind is experiencing. So these are subtle, experienced by mind, mental smell, mental hearing in dream, physical sound, physical hearing in waking state. Similarly, in deep sleep, I am hearing beyond deep sleep, that is in the transcendental level after Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharira, I am hearing sound which is the spiritual sound. It is the sound, the smell, and all are belong to the Chaitanya. Just like when we worship God in waking state, we take material image of God. In dream, I will have mental image of God. In samadhi, I will have a spiritual image of God. He is sitting there as Chaitanya, Chinmaya Swarupa. I am actually experiencing God directly in samadhi, Savikalpa Samadhi. So this sound of creation, when it is, the universe is there, when it is in dissolved state, also it is continued because it is there in dissolved state. I may be asleep, but I have a thread connected to my waking body. I am not aware when I am asleep, I have a body, but I am linked to it to come back to waking state in that body. So, when I am asleep, how that link is there, like that universe dissolves, there is a link, it is existing not in the physical form, but as in dissolved form. All jivas. Now, when all matter, life is withdrawn, what happens to innumerable jivas? They were there. Their bodies have gone, their mind has gone, everything has become energy and dissolved. What happens to their karma? So much, each had so much of karma pending. They are, because of lack of mind, senses, and all instruments, the karma forces are as they are. Individuality is as it is. Only Chaitanya is there with those individualities. Individual Chaitanyas are there. And when bodily existence is not there, it is Ishvara's, the Lord of the universe, His Chaitanya presenting through all jivas. Life is expression of consciousness through matter. This consciousness is consciousness of Lord. One universal consciousness is projecting through all bodies as individual consciousness. But this consciousness, I am conscious now. My individual consciousness, it is bound to the three bodies and bound to the karma. Though it is Chaitanya, there are forces working, holding it. So when the bodies dissolve away as energy in the Absolute, the individual consciousness remain one with the cosmic consciousness, Ishvara. They all merge in the Ishvara, the Lord of the universe. And it has to remain, it cannot dissolve. It cannot dissolve because karmic load of the jivas is there. It is Chaitanya, a Chaitanya Ghana, which is Ishvara is made up of sum total of all jivas now. Now, this cannot dissolve because of the karmic forces working. And the Lord of the universe, who was expressing in and through the universal body, the Virat, now is just having individual existence floating in the Absolute. It cannot dissolve because of the... Now this cosmic consciousness or Ishvara or the Lord of the universe we alone exist, being the sum total of all jivas, is called the Sheshashai, the Lord floating in the ocean of milk. This ocean of milk is the Brahman, the absolute existence. In absolute existence, universe dissolves, but the Ishvara keeps floating. As it individual Chaitanya says, when I sleep, my consciousness is remaining one with the absolute, but it is still having a limitation because nature has a grip because of my karma. I am one with the cosmic, I am one with God, but I have a small tie by nature. She pulls me out again to the waking state. That thread is held by Divine Mother. Similarly, when universe dissolves, Ishvara is remaining. In dissolved state, it is remaining. Like now sugar is there, put in water, it melts, you cannot see the sugar. But it is there in water as water, one with the water. Like that, Ishvara remains with his individuality as it is, though the whole universe has dissolved. Again, when creation comes, again this universal consciousness manifests through all the bodies as individual consciousness. And this is called the Lord floating in the ocean of milk. And we give the Sheshashai, the is sleeping on the snake, huge snake. Snake is always representation of involved state, involution. Involution is represented by Naga, and expansion, evolution is represented always by the Nada. Nadaloka, Nagaloka. Naga is inward state, like a snake going back into, it is inward. Involution is Naga. So this is sleeping on the, symbolically we write he is sleeping on the snake. It is in involved state, not evolved state. After some time, with the evolutory, now it is becoming Nada. Naga, evolutory state of universe, it is coming out. So Naga is waking up and becoming Nada now. Now Nadaloka, the whole universe manifests. It's in evolved state. So this is Ishvara, or the Lord of the universe, floating in the absolute existence, the ocean of milk. Now here Sri Ramakrishna is referring that Nada that is produced, it is eternally going on. When it is dissolved, universe dissolved, then also it continues because universe is in dissolved state. So it's eternally going on. We can, any person who has dropped off his individuality, his ego, he can hear. Who is spiritually awakened. I am body, it goes away, then he can hear. Most of the, I saw one sadhu in our mission in Bailurmath, in Arogya Bhavan, aged Swamiji, disciple of one of the direct disciples. He used to constantly hear this. I am able to hear all time the Anahata Shabda. Very few people dare say this. What is this Anahata Shabda? And I am hearing to certify and tell that total dissociation with the bodily existence and total identification with God. I am child of God. I am eternally related to God. I am not this body. If body goes away, nothing of mine is lost. That total identity with the spiritual existence and de-identification with the bodily. The moment you are totally dissociated from the bodily existence, just like as you are asleep. In sleep also you must be able to hear, but our senses are also, we live and go. Mind also which can perceive, that mind also will live. Body will live. Mind and senses will live. Who is there to say, I am hearing? Mind must be there. Intellect must be there. Ego must be there. This ego once dissolves in the Absolute and comes back in Samadhi, then it can hear. So, yogis can hear. Yogis is one who is yoga to be united with the rest of the existence. I am united only with this body. The rest of the existence is as it is. When I merge, when I or the rest of the I merges in me, or I merge in that, I identify the whole cosmic existence. From microcosm, I am growing to the macrocosm, to be the macrocosm. I am one with Ishvara. So then I can easily keep hearing the universe, the Anahata Shabda. This belongs to the Nada Loka, which is eternally going on because of the one or the other universes projecting and dissolving. Even after dissolving, it is there. So Anahata Shabda continues. Prana Krishna. Sir, what is the nature of life? Here it originates in Supreme Brahman and heard by yogis. People immersed in worldliness do not hear it. A yogi alone knows that sound originates from both his navel and from the Supreme Brahman resting in the ocean of milk. When the universe is dissolved, then also it is originating, because the Lord is there, still floating in the Absolute. When I sleep, I am still there, floating in the Absolute existence. I am one with the Ishvara, I am one with the Absolute existence, but I remain, individuality remains, not in my sense, but as nature. I have to come back to waking state, so that individuality remains. I am floating as if in the Absolute existence. So, and then it originates both from navel and from Supreme Brahman. From navel, it is originating from navel. The whole creation is, again when the whole creation comes, the creation comes from the Absolute. It comes from the navel, because navel is that's called navel of the Lord. Because whole thing, it's from its mother, when the child is born in the womb, the child is born, fetus is there, it is connected to mother through the umbilical cord, and whole nourishment, everything is from like that when universe comes, it comes from the Lord, as if the child is growing in the womb. It is rooted in the Absolute. Like the child is rooted through the umbilical cord into the mother and getting all the nutrition. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.